Describe Kesha's music.
To use the term of the title of our tour, it's sleazy. It really is. It's some really dirty pop, has a lot of dance elements to it, has a lot of sass to it, but we've added guitar elements and we've added a lot of grit to the music, but it's dance pop. Make you shake your pants off.
And what's your role in the band?
I'm the keyboard player. For my keyboard setup, for the live show, I have a 3-tiered stand with the Roland AX-09 at the very bottom of that, a Moog little fatty on top, and a micro Korg on top of that. And then I also use an accordion. At some point I use the Roland Lucina for coming out from my setup to use at the front of the stage, and the Roland AX-09, which I use just as much as I would use any other board. I think I use it the most out of all my boards. And then I just got the Lucina, the guitar, which I use quite a bit in 2 or 3 songs when I come out to the front as part of the dancer crew. I incorporated it right in the middle of tour, and so I didn't have a lot of time to figure out how to use it. It was a really easy setup, which I'm grateful for. I initially used it as a MIDI controller, and I was just running MIDI for 2 of her top singles, TikTok and We Are Who We Are. And then I added some audio sounds to it. We were just easing it in as tour went on because we didn't have a lot of time in rehearsals. And I use it in one of the more hard tunes called Party at a Rich Dude's House, where there's a lot of guitar, and I'm up there with my guitar sort of dueling with the guitar player. I'm playing synth bass on it, which I use I think it's one of the specialty patches. It's like patch 2, which has a lot of effects to it, which I can tweak on the fly. I've been playing piano since I was a kid, and to be honest, I hated it. My mom made me take lessons for years and years, and it got to be a burden. As soon as they let me quit, I became a lot more passionate about it. I've always been a huge fan of 9 Inch Nails, and so that sort of got me into thinking that there was more to music than just playing piano, and that there were a lot of programming and synth elements that I hadn't noticed before. So I listened to a lot of that. I'm still a huge fan of Ben Folds and Tori Amos when it comes to piano, and I moved to Nashville to go to school, and then I started playing a lot of country, a lot of Christian rock. And what I missed was synth pop. I started accumulating synth gear and wishing that I could do that. So I moved to LA. If you had told me then that I would be doing this, I wouldn't have believed you. Only because I never knew that this was a career option. I never knew that it was a viable option to be a session player, and especially in the pop world. I didn't know anybody who did that. And so I initially started with film scoring. That was sort of what I wanted to graduate and do. And the more I was at Belmont, the more I met other players, I realized that it's way more fun to play live. So I started playing in a lot of bands, and that just grew as I met more people, and I started to realize that this is what I was designed to do.